Hi from shipboard. Yes, it's me again, and here I am reporting to you from my shipboard quarantine. Oh, what a rigmarole. What a palaver, shall we say. Well, so here's an update. As you see, I am outside. We're out for our 45-minute a day what do they call it? Outside time. Feels a little bit like being in solitary confinement and we're allowed to walk around. But but I want to say, first of all, thanks to everybody who sent me great wishes, everybody who said, oh my God, you poor thing, and I hope you get better and all of that. Well, as you can see, we're totally fine. I am completely and utterly fine. We're very well. Sure, we're in quarantine. We're on a ship, we can't get off, and I'm about ready to walk the plank. I gotta tell you, I'm really, really, really done with this in many ways. But here's my take on this. We wanted this. We didn't want us to be personally in quarantine. But us in the travel industry, we wanted to be able to travel. And I've said for an entire year, hey, government, let us travel, let us get back to business, let us get back to working. And if we can do that, I will do whatever it takes. I will follow every rule. And this is a rule that was put in place to allow us to travel. And sure, it's really inconvenient. And we spent a lot of money on our cruise, which I'm very grateful to the cruise line because they have given us a full refund. So we may still get to do the cruise next week, but right now we are not out of pocket apart from the flight, which we're going to need to take anyway. Um, but we wanted to be able to travel. And if that means that these protocols are put in place to protect everybody and allow us to be able to travel, then it's a chance we take and it's a choice we made. And I do not regret it. And I still say that I am very, very grateful that we are allowed to be able to travel. It looks like with this, this Omicron right now, it looks like it's running rampant very fast, which is, again, it's another good thing. It means that this may be over faster than we expected. And then it will be a distant memory and we'll all look back and go, oh my gosh, remember in 2021 and 2020 how bad that was. Well, it's a memory. We're making memories, people. And we traveled. We are here. We're safe. We're healthy. Thank God we get along. We haven't had a crossword yet, apart from him chasing me around. But hey, I'll live with that. If that's as bad as it gets, I'll live with that. But it is a difficult situation. But we're here. We're in the sunshine. We're together. We are being forced to relax, and I don't relax very often. I tell you, I do not relax very often. And the cruise line are looking after us brilliantly. Can you imagine how bad it would be if I was in a situation where we were in like a quarantine facility or something and we were getting terrible meals? I wouldn't like that. So we're in a really good position. We're being incredibly well looked after by the cruise line. Where else are you going to get filet mignon? And it's not even their fault. It's something that we brought with us. We didn't know, but we brought it with us, and they've still taken good care of us. So that is a huge testament to how great the cruise lines are being. Windstar Cruises in my case, but it's a problem everywhere right now. It's a problem in Canada. I know, I've heard of lots of people. I know that new restrictions, Jamie is just saying new restrictions are coming in Ontario. And yes, we have a cafe as well. And we had already taken the decision yesterday to close indoor dining as a precaution, because we have a lot of people in our area who have underlying health issues, it is a little bit of an older community, and we really value our community. So we had already taken that decision. So I'm glad I'm glad we took that decision, and I fully support that, because right now we want to protect everybody and make sure that, you know, nobody has any more problems. So yeah, so that's the update. The only thing that sucks for me is the internet, you know, and I'm going to post a picture later. It's me holding my hand outside of the door because the internet sucks. We're in a metal box. We do not have a balcony. We have a big room. We have a very nice suite. We don't have a balcony. So to get any kind of internet in this metal box, I have to stick my hand out of the door and hold my phone sort of, you know, somewhere outside the door, and then it populates, and then I can answer my questions of my clients or my friends or my family. But luckily my family are older and they are completely self-sufficient. Luckily, I get along wonderfully with Keith, and he's a great person to get stuck on a quarantine ship with. We are watching movies. We're eating way too much, but hey, whatever. And we're healthy, and we just want to test negative. I keep testing negative now, and he keeps testing positive. Oh, so we have to stay here until he tests negative, which could be another couple of days. So he's totally fine, but it could be another couple of days. So at the moment, he's testing positive. So we do have at least another 2 days here stuck in quarantine. But as I say, right behind me, you can probably see behind me that ship there. That is the Royal Caribbean quarantine ship. You can see it in the background. Can you guys see it in the background on Instagram? Yeah, there you go. So that is the quarantine ship for Royal Caribbean. We are so we're not docked. We're not docked. I'm going to walk the plank, Jamie. I tell you, I'm going to walk the flipping plank. No, but we're not docked at the moment. We are out to sea a little bit, just out, off the coast of Saint Martin, and yeah, we're just enjoying the sunshine when we get the opportunity to spend 45 minutes outside. Woohoo! and staying positive. And as I said at the beginning, okay, this is what we wanted. We wanted to be able to travel, and we are allowed to travel. And if this is an inconvenience that we have to go through, then so be it. Far be it from me to be a hypocrite and fight the system and try to buck the system. We can't do that. We're fighting against governments. We're fighting against CDC rules and government rules. And if I have a choice here. If I come out kicking and screaming and fighting and complaining, and all that's going to happen is I will be unhappy. And as I said yesterday, 10% in life is what happens to you, and 90% is how you deal with it. And if I stamp, kick, scream, complain, and believe me, I'm the first person to ask for a manager. I'm the first person to say, listen, this isn't right. But this is right. This is what they have. This is what they have, put in place to protect us, to protect you, to protect the people who choose to travel. And so the last thing I am going to do is to be fighting this system right now and complaining, because we chose this, and we chose this so that we could travel. And I am grateful that I get to be anywhere traveling. It's my job, it's my life, it's my livelihood, and it's my whole world. And sometimes those travels are a little bit of an adventure. Well, this is an adventure, that's for sure. Perhaps a bit more of an adventure than I had signed up for, but that's okay. It is what it is, and so be it, you know. So yeah, so that's my update from the deck of the windsurf somewhere in the Caribbean near Saint Martin. Wishing everybody a very happy new year. We are, as I say, we are totally fine. We are getting through it. This is day 7. At the very, very worst, on day 10, we will be allowed to get out of quarantine, and they give you a letter of what do they call it? A letter of recovery, I think it's called. So we would be able to get out on day 10 if we still, if Keith is still testing positive. But if he carries on testing positive, I may have to hurt him. I may really have to hurt him, or at least attempt to hurt him, because he's bigger than me. But you just got to keep your spirits up. You got to keep smiling, and we're certainly keeping smiling. And then we are just going to get through this, and maybe, sorry Charmaine, maybe go on the next cruise instead. Ooh. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But it looks like they may allow us, if we do test negative, to have our cruise still, but the one after the one we were supposed to be on. So yeah, Keith, pressure is on, Keith. Definitely, the pressure is on. But that's okay, Charmaine, because I will have internet and I can still work remotely. I can just work remotely in a slightly different location. But the kicker for us at the beginning was we spent all this money. It was a and it was quite expensive, especially at the moment. And we wanted to do this because, especially, I was really getting down, and Keith isn't used to seeing me down. He's used to seeing me more like this and more happy. So he was quite happy to do this. And what the cruise line instantly did was refunded us. And as I say, it wasn't their fault. I didn't catch it on their ship. I did not. It wasn't their responsibility, and we certainly didn't ask them to refund either. They just instantly refunded the entire amount, and then took care of us, and then picked up the bill for all of this food that they're feeding us, and all these drinks that they're feeding us, and the bottles of wine, and everything that they're doing for us. So I'm really grateful for that. But just so that it's not just us. They're doing it for other people too. So it's not just us, but it's what you make it. It's how you deal with it. And we could sit there miserable, complaining and moaning and groaning, or we could sit there saying, "Okay, what's for lunch? What's for dinner? What's the movie today? Okay, what are we gonna do now?" If I had one wish, I wish that the internet was better, and I didn't have to keep putting my arm secretly out the door to get my emails to populate. That's my only wish. But if that's the only downside, gosh, we are so lucky. We're in a beautiful place. Look at my view. I mean, come on, this is great. Okay, we only get to see it for a little while, but it's great. I won't be walking the plank, and I won't be jumping in the ocean, but boy, will I jump in the ocean when I have the chance. And that's it. I wish they gave me a balcony too, Mary, but there are no balconies on the ship we're on. We are on the Windstar ship. The Windstar is an older ship, but it's a sailing ship. It's luxury still, but it is a sailing ship, and it's beautiful because at night they put up the sails and they sail, and when they do a sail away, they play the 1812. Is it 1812, Keith? No, 14. They play the Christopher Columbus. And yesterday, when they sailed away, because they decided to go out to sea a little bit, they played it, and I cried. I was so sad that I wasn't able to really truly experience it. We opened the door, we could hear it. It was like, oh gosh, we're in quarantine on this ship. But you're sad